What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video, and hope y'all are doing well, staying blessed. But before I begin this video, let me ease your mind so you can get a good night's sleep real quick. Today I'm gonna be reading 10 scary facts about sleeping. 10 scary facts about sleeping. But let me just comfort you as I read you before I read you these facts. Just comfortable. Remember to subscribe, like, share, and turn on your notification bell. Hit all ding so you can get all future uploads. Alright, now you're looking relaxed. Okay, so now I'm gonna begin 10 scary facts about sleeping. Has your sleep just been too pleasant and mundane recently, or do you enjoy a good fright? If so, keep reading to learn a few spooky sleep facts, sure to make you think twice when you're drifting off. Ooh. A combination of real tales, odd sleep disorders, and artifacts. These scary stories are the stuff nightmares are made of. Number 1. Waking nightmares. You just woke up and have a weird, eerie feeling. All of a sudden you see a shadow flitting around your room. You try to move to rub your eyes, but you can't. Your body's froze. The dark shadow gets closer and closer and closer. You hear it breathing. You feel it touch you. It feels difficult to breathe. You question if you are still dreaming, but you know you are awake. Suddenly the paralysis clears and the shadows vanish, leaving you pumped with adrenaline and extremely unsettled. When sleep paralyzes and hallucinations combine, the result can be absolutely terrifying. Experiences that may be the inspiration for several scary myths and movies. These hallucinations can take place when falling asleep or waking up, and typically have scary, threatening themes. Folklore has described these sensations as the work of demons, aliens, or witchcraft, while modern science attributes them to delays in the body's sleep-wake systems brought on by stress and sleep deprivation. I've had some of those myself. I experienced some of those. Have you guys ever experienced stuff like that? Even more terrifying than the thought of waking nightmares, a narcolepsy sufferer who frequently sleep paralysis and hallucinations was somewhat used to lying semi-awake but unable to move while thinking others were talking to him and making noises in his bedroom. One night he awoke to the unthinkable. Waking up and expecting the usual, he realized that there actually was a real-life burglar in his bedroom. Wow, that's crazy. Number 2, hypnic jerks. You just drifted off to sleep, and then suddenly you feel as if you are plummeting downwards, only to jerk awake before hitting the ground. This sensation is a fairly common occurrence called a hypnic jerk. While science doesn't know exactly why hypnic jerks occur, it is known that they take place during initial non-REM stages of sleep as muscles relax. I'm sure many of you probably have had these, but I've had them, especially like those where like you go to sleep, right, and then suddenly you just fade off, and then you're just like, whoa, you know what I'm saying? Like, or you can have somewhere, like I've had one where I was riding a truck up a mountain, and the truck flipped when I was all the way to the top, but I fell out, and I was already falling down to the bottom, and then my body just, whoa, like wakes, you know what I mean? It wakes, it jerks out of my sleep right before I hit the ground. I don't know, there's a theory that says like, if you actually hit the ground while you're asleep, like you die in your sleep, like that's a theory. I jump out of my sleep when those happen. I don't know how true that is. It's a theory though. Folklore has suggested several spooky causes for falling sensations. Some suggest that the feeling is caused by one's spirit or soul leaving the body, then being pulled back or returning from an out-of-body experience. Other pop culture myths state that a person will die if they hit the ground before waking up. You see, that's what I was just saying. It's a theory, but that's happened a few times, you know, where I fall, but I wake up before I hit the ground. I don't know what it is though. More scientific research has linked the falling sensations with stress, anxiety, caffeine, and irregular sleep schedules. I'm sure those play a big part of it, you know. Others theorize that this reflex goes back to the days when our ancestors slept in trees and may have served a purpose to prevent real falls. Number 3, late nights and nightmares. If you go to sleep late, you may end up the star in your own scary story. Midnight and the early morning hours hold spooky overtones. Between the inherent unknowns of darkness and mythology of things going bump in the night. While the witching hour itself likely isn't the cause, studies have shown that twice as many night owls suffer from nightmares as those who are early to bed. See, some scientists have speculated that levels of cortisol may influence nightmares. As the hormone levels begin to rise in the morning, other things tied to nightmares include stress, indigestion, medications, and certain physical and mental disorders. Number 4, loss of control. The idea of truly losing control over one's physical body or actions is truly frightening for many people. Some types of disorders like sleep apnea and REM sleep behavior disorder can cause your body to act out while you are asleep. Sleep apnea and REM sleep behavior disorders can interfere with mechanisms that muscles still during sleep, causing sleepers to act out their dreams, possibly injuring themselves and bed partners as they act out violent or frightening nightmares. Wow. So, if anybody has those type of things, I recommend getting some help for that, because that's the last thing I want anybody to do is hurt themselves or anybody else among their household. So if anybody has this type of disorder, make sure you do get the help from a professional. Even more unsettling, some researchers have linked REM sleep behavior disorder to later onset of neurological problems like Parkinson's disease and dementia. Wow. All this is no joke, this is pretty scary stuff. I know I've had some, like I said, mine were more of like jumping out of my sleep, but I haven't, knock on wood, that I ever get up, sleepwalk or whatever and hurt some people, that's the last thing. But if you got any of these disorders, anything, I recommend you get some help, honestly. It's dangerous out there, it's dangerous. Number 5, sleepwalking. Possibly even more spooky than involuntary movement, sleepwalking can put sleepers and others in real danger. Often described zombie-like, sleepwalkers may roam through the house and even out the door without awakening. Types of sleepwalking have led to behaviors including injury on oneself or others, sleep driving, sleep eating, and other unsettling things. There are numerous stories of sleepwalking. People who have driven cars miles or have been accused of violent crimes with no cautious recollection. It has been used as a defense in a few murder trials. Some research and anecdotal reports have noted some increases in sleepwalking, which may have some relation to increasingly popular sleep aids. Wow. And it's like I said, and this goes to the other number 4, if you got any issues sleeping, get the help. Just get help, because you don't want to hurt nobody when you're sleeping. And anybody has these kind of disorders, really, you should get some help, Number 6, dream control. While the phenomena is somewhat debated and nearly impossible to prove, many people claim that they are able to control their dreams, called lucid dreaming. Sleepers report that with practice they can recognize they in a dream and control many aspects of their dream world. Somewhat like Inception, people often have a cue to recognize their dream states, such as something they try to touch, or perhaps even an external light or sound. Once in a lucid dream state, people report being able to conquer fears, soar through the skies, and work out real-life problems while sleeping. Some even say that they can start and stop dreams at their wish, and even repeat past dreams or pick up where they left off after waking. Just a little quick little story with my son. At the time, he was probably like, I want to say 6 years old, right? It was around that time, years back. Well, we had a pool, it's a public pool. Well, first of all, one dream was, like the world, like we had got hit with a flood, right? And I was holding him in my dream, and unfortunately, we both, eventually we both passed in our dream or whatnot. But he went first, and I did, so I had to see that. So I woke up like scared, I woke up sad and this and that, you know what I'm saying? So, those dreams make your days really sucky. And then what's crazy is that that same day that I had the dream, well, in the afternoon, later in the day, we went swimming. And so I was like, oh, they're swimming. And, I was watching them, floaties or whatnot. And what happened was, we were playing a game, and so I was like looking this way, and then he jumped in. I didn't see him at the time. At this time, I didn't see him, but he had jumped in, and I'm looking around like, what? Where is he at? And literally, it was underwater. He wasn't there long though, so don't panic or nothing. It's like seconds, and I went underwater, and I seen him. He was just there with his eyes closed underwater. I rushed down there to grab him and brought him back up and all that, but no CPR, none of that was needed. I mean, like I said, it wasn't that long because I caught eye on it, but it was just crazy because I just had a dream of him drowning, you know what I'm saying? And in real life, it almost became a drowning, you know what I'm saying? So I've had dreams like that. My other dream was, we were walking somewhere. We were walking somewhere on the stairs, we're walking in a building but going up the stairs, and for some reason he slipped. My son slipped and he fell over the railing, right? Like all the way down. So that same day, later in that day, he was gonna go play outside. He got him a little bike, and he was taking it downstairs. And what happened was, when he was taking it, he ended up falling down the stairs with his bike, in real life. So, and I was just like, what's going on with these dreams? Why are they becoming real now, Alright, I just thought I wanted to throw that in there, since these are about dreams. But yeah, those were like some scary moments too. Alright, number 7. Blood-sucking hitchhikers. Nearly everyone is aware of the dangers of picking up hitchhikers, but what about the ones that you unwittingly bring home? The ones that leave blood spatters, carcasses, and even feces in your bed when you think you're alone. Biting like vampires in the dark, leaving holes in your flesh. While they don't pose major dangers, bed bugs are quite unnerving. Bed bugs are quite unnerving and can be very costly to eliminate. They are becoming an increasingly problem in many parts of the U.S., found in hotels, homes, and stores. Take measures to prevent them from infesting your bed, like learning how to check for their presence when staying away from home, and thoroughly inspecting luggage and bedding. Yes, I did that when I did layovers. Always just check the beds and everything in these hotels. I ain't about to get bit through the night, Number 8. Creepy critters. Feelings of suffocation or not being able to watch you breathe are common signs of asthma, which can be frightening while sleeping. But were you aware that some of the triggers can be lurking under the sheets? Dust mites are considered one of the leading household allergens and can lead to breathing problems and reactions. Dust mites feed off shed skin cells and other detritus and leave behind their droppings and dead. Since people spend hours in bed shedding skin, mattresses are a haven for mites. Older beds and pillows can be dust mite havens, contributing to allergies and asthma. Beds with large open spaces or billowy fiber feather layers are most attractive. While it is virtually impossible to eliminate dust mites, frequent vacuuming and mites and keep your room healthier. If you hear my stomach, I apologize. It's just growling and growling and growling. Number 9. Insidious growths. I just hate my street, man. Like, it's just non-stop cars, 24/7. Many ghost stories begin with the dank presence of mold and mildew in creepy caves, abandoned houses, and mummy tombs, sometimes leading to odd illnesses. Unfortunately, many mattresses also contain mold and mildew that can be difficult to destroy and can lead to real health problems. Mold is most common in humid areas or in beds of people who sweat excessively or where liquids have been spilled. Look for signs of dark spots on the surface and the bottom of the mattress, or odors that never go away. Certain types of mold produce toxic chemicals and spores that can have extensive health effects on humans, especially children, and should not be ignored. Some symptoms include fatigue, sleepiness, breathing troubles, digestive issues, pain, and more. Using waterproof mattress covers, dehumidifiers, and taking precautions to avoid spills are a few ways to reduce the likelihood of mold in your bed. I like to just wash. I like to clean my bed. I like to wash my sheets like maybe every other day. Clean under the bed, around the bed. Just keeping it clean, you know what I'm saying? Number 10, sleep deprivation side effects. Perhaps some of the creepiest sleep information is what a lack of sleep can do to people. While scientists have not yet proven precisely why we spend 1/3 of our lives asleep, we do know that rest is something that people and mammals cannot live without. While studies have not been conducted on exactly how long humans can go without sleep, for obvious ethical reasons, 2 weeks of total sleep deprivation and very rare condition called fatal familial insomnia deprives the afflicted from sleeping, who die within 6 to 30 months due to organ failure and nervous system deterioration. Wow. make sure you guys get your sleep, get your rest, but don't overdo it. Under sleep deprivation, generally classified as less than 5 to 6 hours per night, there are both severe mental and physical changes that occur mentally. You become moody, reactive, and unbalanced, essentially a height to your normal Jekyll. You also have more trouble with memory, coordination, and reflexes, which can impair your ability to drive and work. Physically, sleep deprivation increases risk of stroke, cancer, diabetes, osteoporosis, and affects heart health, can increase future risk of Alzheimer's, and can cause excessive weight gain. Some studies have even shown actual genetic changes after even 1 week, enough to scare you straight to sleep. Wow, crazy, huh? Sleep is supposed to be a time of peaceful relaxation and renewal, but for many, sleep is the scariest part of the day. Our internet fears of vulnerability during sleep are easily exploited by scary movies, spooky stories, and self-defeating sleep disorders. The real causes behind spooky sleep facts can be helpful for overcoming anxiety and preventing problems. If you think you have a sleep disorder or have overwhelming anxiety about sleeping, consulting with your physician is recommended over reading scary stories online. Do you hear that? I'll say it again. If you think you have a sleep disorder or have overwhelming anxiety about sleeping, consulting with your physician is recommended over reading scary stories online. Sleep tight and don't let the bug bugs bite. So get help if you have these. It's no joke, guys. So if you go, if it's not you and you know somebody, help them get the help. Don't let them live like this, because it was not good. Physically, mentally, any of that. It's not good for the spirit, none of that like that. You know what I'm saying? So if you have it, help yourself. If you don't, and you know somebody, help them. Just don't let them live with it. It's not a good thing. But that was my video, guys. It was pretty little scary to know these. But it is wake up call. You know what I'm saying? So if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. Let's get this channel going. Let's get it popping. And for most of, I want to thank you all for all this. You're all some beautiful souls. Blessings my way. And thank you all, every single one of you. And until my next video, peace and much love, guys. Bye.